Hey everyone, it's Godzilla Gamer 77, and today we're going to be taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Ultraman. Now this figure came out in 2016, and he came out with some pretty positive reception, and since this is one of my more recent figures, it might as well take a look at it and see what my thoughts are on the figure. Now before starting with the sculpt entirely, the goal of the figure was to make it more suit accurate compared to the Ultraman, and I think they succeeded for the most part. And again, for the most part, because there are some little flaws in the figure that really hold it down. But, all that being said, let's get started. So starting off with the head overall, it's nice. Has a nice silver paint app going on, and the eyes are white, has cool little bead features in the eyes, and have holes to be more suit accurate. The ears on the other side have some good sculpting, and the paint, again, is fine for the face. Heading down to the neck is where we start seeing some problems. While the red is fine, there are some quality control issues that are going on with the neck. Like mine has some paint scratch on it. Again, what the heck, Bandai? Now going on to the chest. The chest overall looks nice from afar. When you get up more closely, you see a little bit more of paint splotches, and it's not completely smooth all the way around. But again, the red paint is nice, and the silver, again, looks good. The color timer has a nice blue tint to it. I really like the color timer. I think it really looks good, and the way it curves into the chest like that, I think it really complements the sculpt for this figure. Going down to the arms, again, more of the same quality control issues going on here, a couple more paint scratches here and there, and again, the lining isn't the greatest. But again, same thing as all the other complaints, the paint still looks nice, just with the colors. All the little small details are what holding the figure back. Heading down the fist, it's nicely sculpted, really looks like it's a glove, again, trying to be more suit accurate, and I think they pulled it off very well. Going down to the legs, it's mostly the same thing as the rest of the figure. The good silver, the red, and a couple of paint mess-ups here and there. And overall, it's not too bad. Now heading on the back, it's almost the same thing, but I do want to compliment Bandai on doing a very cool thing, with the zipper on the back, with it being curved, trying to be more suit accurate, and I applaud them for doing it. And there's not much to talk about there on the back. So overall, a good sculpt, but a lot to be desired. Alright, so for articulation, this guy's pretty good. Not the greatest, but it is good. So starting off with the head, we can move it up pretty good. Move it down. You can also move it left and right. The neck on the ball joint, so you can look up. With the head, you can look really high up. You can look really far down. Move left. You can move right. Now for the arms. Mine are incredibly stiff. They were really stiff out of the box, especially this one. And I used some hot water, and that solved the trick. But if you have this problem, it might be a quality control issue, but it's a problem, and it's not the greatest for this guy, especially because it's the arms, and I love messing with the arms. So this is the best moving one, and even it's really squeaky. Yeah, so you can move up. You can move it a full 360, but it's kind of hard on this arm, so I'm not really going to do that. You can move out this much, and you can swivel at the arm right here. Now at the shoulder, that's shoulder. Wow, elbow, you can move up, double jointed, and yeah, good range movement there. And the wrist on the ball joint, so you can move this up, down, and all around. Now, the chest, you can move it really far back and pretty far forward. Also can move it left. You can't really move it left and right, and that's mostly for the waist. And speaking of the waist, you can move it very far down, very far up. You can also move it left and right. That's really where you get most of your left and right movement on the upper part of the body. The legs, you can move this high up, this far back. And I don't know if there's a way to pull it down or not, but from what I've messed around with this guy for, no, I haven't gotten that yet. So the legs, you can move it this far out, pretty far out actually. The knee, double jointed. So you can move it that far in, which is always nice. And there's also a swivel at the knee, which is good to know. And it's also there at the shoulder too. I forgot to mention that. And at the foot, the ball joint, so you can move it up and down, left and right, do whatever. And at the toe, you have a hinge at the very tip. So yeah, for articulation, he's pretty standard for a Figuarts figure. And overall, I think he's solid when it comes to articulation. Just be mindful of the stiff joints when coming out of the box, probably. Now, the accessories are good for the most part, but it is a little lackluster for what you actually get. So, let's get started. Now, for the extra hands you get for Ultraman, you get a pair of open hands and a pair of chopping hands, along with the fists. Now, the hands are nicely sculpted. I will give them that. It's very nicely sculpted, with some creases and folds within the hands to make it look like a glove. And, again, the silver is nicely applied. Now, you also get a specium ray. And the specium ray is pretty good for the most part. Has a good white paint to it, has a nice sculpt, and the hand is nicely detailed. The color timer is also good. The red color timer has a nice red color to it, and it has some nice silver on the round side. Now, the color timer is a little bit of a pain to get in, but once you get it in, it's not too hard to get out. Now, for the shield, I'm not actually sure what to call it, but I think it's like an energy shield. I can't read Japanese, but the shield looks nice. It has some nice particles all around it to make it look like energy, and it is really cool. And now the way to put it into the stand is just gently slide it in, and that's all you need to do. It's very simple. And that's for the accessories. Again, not too bad, but you could have gotten a little more if you got the anniversary set. That I didn't get. Crap. So overall, for being the first figure in the Ultraman S.H.Figuarts line, it's fine. It's got a good sculpt, but the paint is a little iffy, and the accessories aren't always the best. But for only being $50, I think it's okay. Just be aware of the quality control issues. But I'd rather get the anniversary set, which I didn't get, but it has a lot more accessories and a lot more stuff to do. So, with that all being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. If you want to see more videos in the future, hit that subscribe button. And what do you guys think of this new style of reviews? Let me know in the comment section. And I'll see you guys whenever in the next video.